Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with another Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a team that has Seaking and Mega Pidgeot. Now I'm not sure which one is going to be shown off in the Wi-Fi battle because obviously this is an intro prior to the Wi-Fi battle taking place. But I'll talk a little bit about both of them before we get into it. So Seaking, I wanted it to be an agility sweeper. Basically, it has access to Mega Horn, which is really nice, allowing it to threaten Starmie, one of the premier water types, right? And then, of course, it does have Waterfall. It's Water Stab. And it even has access to Ice Beam, even though it has really, really low special attack. Ice Beam is still pretty cool for picking off a weakened Dragonite. So, Seaking could definitely function as an agility sweeper, potentially. Now, it is relatively slow as well, so there's a lot of conditions needed to be met. Whereas Pidgeot's really interesting in this metagame. It doesn't have any way of punishing rock types, but it can U-turn on out of them as they come in. It has Air Slash as Stab, and it also has Heat Wave to punish Steel types. And then it has Hyperbeam. Now, Hyperbeam is a really hit or miss type of move. Basically, its main plus is that it can OHKO Zapdos, right? Zapdos goes down, so that's really, really big, and that's why I wanted to put them together, because if Pidgeot gets rid of Zapdos, that opens up the door for Agility Seaking. There's a few situations like that. We'll see how they end up going, of course, but yeah, I guess we don't know which one we'll put in work until the actual battle happens. If you guys missed any of my previous Wi-Fi battles, there's a playlist down below. There's also a guide to how to team build in this generation, though this team isn't exactly a good example of a well-built team, but that team and the stuff I talked about I think was really solid for that. But let's get right into the battle. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we have a game, and very, very, very scary team on my opponent's part. Mega Blastoise, Clefable. I do love my Alolan Sandslash, but even then Mega Blastoise is just an issue for me to deal with initially. But I very much like Pidgeot just as a lead. Fantastic versus my opponent. It has Hyper Beam for Zapdos, so that'll be pretty cool, especially once I get up rocks, which would be relatively easy, I think, with my Doug Trio. In fact, if they lead off with Sandslash, I just Heat Wave it immediately. If they lead off with Zapdos, I U-turn out into my Doug Trio and I get up my rocks. If they lead off with Blastoise, I think I weaken them with Air Slash, just because it's very powerful versus me. It's like really, really threatening for me to deal with. But yeah, if they lead off with Clef, I'm going to U-turn out into Doug Trio, just in case they do have Thunder Wave. I don't want my Pidgeot being slowed down, especially because it's so good in this game. My Alolan Sandslash is also very good in this game. Now, as far as their rockers go, they did have Alolan Sandslash himself and Clefable, so one of those will be the rocker. I'm assuming it's Clef on that build. I like their team a lot. I do. I very much do. I think Seaking is definitely the most expendable member on this squad, and I'll keep that in mind if I ever do need a sack to get into something. But let's see. Should be a good game, for sure. And I definitely will need a sack when it comes to Seaking. Or excuse me, Blastoise. So if they lead off a Blastoise, I'm probably going to U-turn out directly into my Seaking on a potential Ice Beam. And then threaten them from there. They do lead Clef, though. So Clef is very smart as a lead on their part. As it does obviously threaten me with Thunder Wave. Can also get up rocks. We'll Mega Evolve here and U-turn. Every bit of chip will matter. And I do value rocks in this game a lot when they have a Zapdos and when they have a Dragonite. That'd be really good for Pidgeot in the late game with potentially Hyper Beam. So let's see how that goes. So unfortunately, this is just not the game for Seaking, it looks like. But yeah, let's see if they Stealth Rock turn one or they go for Thunder Wave. I think both would be a fine play. You can Stealth Rock on the majority of my team. And Doug Trio is my play because I don't want my Venusaur being paralyzed. I definitely do not want Venusaur being paralyzed. So they should go for rocks. They do go for Thunder Wave. Great. Great. So I'm going to be able to get my rocks of my own at the same turn they do. And from there, I can even Earthquake something. So this is fantastic. Getting up rocks puts Zapdos guaranteed in range of Hyper Beam. Like, it guaranteed dies. And also, obviously good for Blastoise and Dragonite. Well, Dragonite being weaker to it than Blastoise. They go for their own Stealth Rock. Oh, okay. I think I value damage on this Clefable. I'm assuming it's Thunder Wave. Actually, what type of set would you be? I'm going to go Seaking here, just in case they do have the... well, they could have Teleport, but just in case they do have Ice Beam, I'd rather Doug Trio be alive now. It already did its job. It got up rocks, and basically Seaking deals with a potential Dragonite. switch in because I do have Ice Beam for it to at least weaken it. It won't KO after Rocks, unfortunately, but it also deals a potential Ice Beam here. And they could go for Teleport. Let's see what they end up doing. They end up going out to Blastoise, so this is fine because I can weaken this thing with Mega Horn while tanking one hit. And weakening Blastoise is very, very nice. Earthquake would have been really good there too. But we'll just Mega Horn here for a little bit of damage. If they do go Dragonite, Mega Horn into Ice Beam would have KO'd it. So that would have been cool. But they stay in, which is fair. Very, very fair. Dark Pulse is going to hurt. Oh, they have Fake Out. I don't think Fake Out into Dark Pulse KOs me. And they may just switch into Dragonite now, which I would not mind, because then Seeking picks up a KO. But yeah, weakening this is very, very good for Alolan Sandslash. Alolan Sandslash has a fantastic job versus my opponent's team. Victor Bell, Zapdos, Dragonite are all weak to it. I have Earthquake for opposing Sandslash too. So they may just go Dragonite here. They go Zapdos. That's fair. Either way, damage on Zapdos is nice. I love the way Mega Horn looks. Yeah, damage on Zapdos is nice, and it's non-recoverable unless they go for Roost. So I can still get in my Duckshiro here and potentially go for... I have to be really careful because I can lose to opposing Sandslash very, very easily. I have to be super careful not to give it too much free setups. But my Duckshiro is my own play. If Zapdos opts to go for U-turn, anticipating me to go Duckshiro, then they will be in range of Ice Shard unboosted from my Sandslash, so I don't need to SD up. They do go for Roost, though. That's fine. Toxic is relatively free here. I mean, I can miss 10% of the time, but Toxic is my best play. No matter what. If they want to U-turn on me, that's fine. All I need is Zapdos in range of Hyper Beam, which it already always is in whenever it comes in. With Rocks up, guaranteed, like I said. The Hyper Beam roll on Zapdos is nasty. Y'all want to know it? I'm going to tell you it right now. I'll tell you the exact damage Hyper Beam does. 72 to 86%. I think it does a little bit more too because of the 70 increase. Because Friendship gives you can only have a 70 increase on normal, like candy based increase. So like 70 Friendship gives you like 1 or 2 points more. This is a little bit more. But with Rocks up, it's great, and Rocks pretty much always being up is going to be amazing. Again, I have to be very, very, very careful about that Alolan Sandslash because it can sweep me. So if I do opt to go for Hyper Beam ever versus Zapdos, it could Heat Wave me. Switches out to Blastoise. I'm okay with that. Potentially getting off a Toxic here would be great. Wearing this thing down. Nice, nice, nice. I don't know what what Mega Pidgeot's damage output is versus this. I do know that if I click Hyper Beam, it will kill everything, right? But I have to be super careful. I don't want to lose the Sandslash because I click Hyper Beam. Like, I know that around that range is the damage I need. But we'll go Seeking here. Again, Seeking is always the most spendable member in this match. It's just not the matchup where it can put in work. If they waste a turn going for Fake Out, which I think is a kind of poor play, instead of going for Scald, which Seeking may be able to eat that up too. I think I eat every hit anyway. Oh, I do not eat a Hydro Pump. That should blow me away. I actually eat it now. Nice. I wasn't expecting that. I know Seeking has base, decent special defense, but I expected it to be more, I'm gonna be honest. I will Mega Horn here again. As he goes for Dark Pulse just to pick me off. That's fine. Now, Blastoise after Rocks is in range of Earthquake, so that's pretty important. However, it's not currently in range of my Air Slash. Like, it's around the range, but not what I need it to be. I feel like Venusaur isn't a terrible play because I can always Sleep Powder the... I'll take an Ice Beam, and I can always Sleep Powder as well. I'm not Timid Venusaur, unfortunately, on this build. I am I'm a bold one, but unless my opponent is running the what's it called? Unless my opponent is running a Timid Blastoise, I am going to be faster here. So I think this is my best play. I should be able to guarantee outspeed it, unless they are running Timid, just naturally, and knock him out with Mega Drain here. And again, keeping Blastoise low is nice. If they get in Sandslash, I will definitely attempt to go for Sleep Powder. Because Rocks are up, I do 2-hit KO Victory Bell as well. So that's important there. as they go Sand Slash. Oh, this thing is a problem. Thank you. Give me some damage on this thing. I'm going to risk Sleep Powder on it too. Again, this thing is something that can just revenge KO me very, very, very easily if I go for Hyperbeam or Pidgeot. So potentially getting rid of it is fantastic. So we're just going to Sleep Powder here. Sleep Powder's fair. Let's see if we land. We do manage to connect. Awesome, awesome. Because I am a bold Venusaur, I'll also be able to live an Ice Punch. And what I think I'll do is I'll go for the Leech Seed now. Potentially, obviously, wearing down the Sand Slash. I'll live +2 Ice Shard always. Always, always. Again, because I am that bold Venusaur. And I managed to land this too, which is amazing. So this giant problem is slowly but surely being worn down. He does get a first turn wake, though. Ah, very annoying for me. Very, very, very annoying. Oof, that's not good. That is not good at all. And they can even go Victory Bell if they wanted to. I'm gonna go for Sleep Powder. I should live an Ice Shard. Because I am bold nature, I should guarantee live an Ice Shard. Yep. Just barely, but I landed, and we managed to land the Sleep Powder as well. So that's great. Because they went before me, they don't even get a first turn wake, which is amazing. And again, just getting sleep on this and even a little bit of recovery is so nice. So that's the perk of using a bold Venusaur here. I'm also out of range of Stealth Rock, which is very important. This thing is actually important even at the 2% it's at, because it outspeeds and deals with Clef, and it outspeeds and deals with Blastoise looking at it. So I'm going to go for Mega Drain here. If they want to go Dragonite, that's fair. My Sand Slash should be able to pick off Dragonite anyway. They go Victory Bell, which is a fair play as well. That's smart. If they want to go for Swords Dance here over Poison Jab, because I want to go Sand Slash, but I don't at the same time. It's risky. It's risky, yeah. I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb. They should go for Poison Jab or Sucker Punch if they have it. But if they do go for Swords Dance, they go for Sucker Punch, yeah. Smart play. That picks up the KO on me. However, I think we're going to be able to get in my Pidgeot now and hopefully pick off a nice 2 KO on something. And basically, we're opening up that door for Sand Slash at the end. So Pidgeot's Hyper Beam may just be able to do it in this game. Because right now, Air Slash picks off a KO here. I don't have to worry about anything. And if Zapdos comes out, I think I might Hyper Beam it too. Nah, I don't have to Hyper Beam it just yet. Mainly because my Ducktrio is still alive. So if they go Zapdos, that's fair too. They go Blastoise. So this will be a sack. This should go down to the combination of Stealth Rock plus Air Slash. And if it does live, it will only live on a small percent. That Poison will finish it off. So yep, Pidgeot picking up a nice little KO there. Ideally, they go Zapdos. I might just Hyper Beam it though. If they go Zapdos, I might just Hyper Beam. Who knows? I really want to. But I gotta be really careful because I can lose to Victory Bell as well. So it's not in range of an unboosted Ice Shard just yet. And that's really important to me. Now if they go Clef, I'll get the Stealth Rock and the U-turn chip. If they do go Zapdos, I will U-turn one more time. Right back out into Ducktrio. Assuming they might go out into Dragonite after. And if they do, I'll probably end up going for... If I go my own Dragonite... Okay, they went out to Dragonite first. I am so tempted here to go for a Hyper Beam just to KO it. But I don't think at this point it's worth. I don't need to make that play, I feel. No, I don't. Because I can win with SD Sand Slash very, very easily now. Huh. If I do go for Hyper Beam, I win with SD Sand Slash. Would Dragonite go for Agility first, though? That's the problem. I want to Hyper Beam Zapdos, if possible. I'm going to U-turn out here. And I'm going to go out to my own Dragonite. I know that makes... that sounds a little bit weird, but basically it forces the Outrage. Oh, they go for Jet to put... Oh, okay, I get what they're doing. They wanted to put me in range of Victory Bell's Sucker Punch. So that was the idea behind that. I get that play. Because had they went for... Cause I'm still in a winning position. I feel like Ice Shard does pick off Dragonite at that percentage. I know at worst it's a roll, but I do think that Ice Shard is my play. Like at worst this is a roll, and the best they could do is, I mean, they could have Flamethrower. So this might open up that door for me losing to endgame to that Victory Bell, but we'll see. Either way, Ice Shard is a fine play. Especially because if they, I think they were just trying to put me in range of Victory Bell's unboosted Sucker Punch, because maybe that's what they're trying to win with at the end, which is possible. But no Ice Resist left on their team, besides their own Sand Slash, which has not slept yet. So if they do go out into their Sand Slash, I SD up and I win. If they go Clef, I always go Dug Trio. Because I don't want to get paralyzed to potentially lose. Though at the same time, I don't know how much that'll matter. But yeah, I Ice Shard here. Always Ice Shard the Dragonite. They switch out to Clef. A little bit of chip damage on that. Dragonite's already in range of... So I'm not a big fan of Ice Shard on Dragonite. Let's see if it lives. Could be close. But the roll should be in my favor. Yep. Nice. Adamant Sand Slash. Give me the biggest threat to my team. Okay, so... Again, that Victory Bell can be a problem, depending on what it does. It can be a big problem. We'll see, though. We'll see. If they go Clef, they may very well Ice Beam. And I obviously don't want them Thunder Waving me. This is going to be a little closer. This is going to be pretty down to the wire, I think. I think because I do resist Victory Bell's attack, my best play is to Ice Punch it. Because one, if they go for a Sleep Powder type thing, they can miss. They might not even go Victory Bell. And Hyperbeam at the end can knock out Zapdos, so I'm not always worried about that. I'm not worried about Clef either. Because Earthquake from Dugtrio should 2-hit KO it. And if it doesn't, it at least puts in range of Earthquake from Dragonite. Like, Dragonite is a Pokemon that can take a hit from Zapdos. They go Zapdos now. That's fair. Dragonite's a Pokemon that can take a hit from this thing, though. So I'm always going to go Dugtrio here. Now, if they do U-turn, if they do opt to U-turn out into Victory Bell, I will Earthquake them always. I will always Earthquake the Victory Bell because that gets off the damage I need. Either KO's Victory Bell, which I'm not sure of, the damage on top of my head. It either KO's Victory Bell or it puts in range of Ice Shard always. Yep, nice. Toxic is fine here. I don't have to bother Earthquaking, predicting the Victory Bell to come out. They already have Zapdos in range of Hyper Beam from Pidgeot, so that'll be awesome for me. Again, I'm always going to Earthquake that Victory Bell if he does opt to go out into it. Victory Bell might not live it either, so. Because Victory Bell has only, what, base 65 defense? Yeah, it's pretty low. It might be a roll at worst. The important thing is I'm setting it up for a Alolan Sandslash at the end, and also Mega Pidgeot may just be able to Hyper Beam Zapdos, which I really, really, really want. This is a tough turn for them. Like, if they go Sandslash, it's just a sack. Because Sandslash hasn't burnt a turn. They stay in to potentially U-turn out. That's fine. I get my nice toxic damage off on it. Guaranteed. The best you can do is what? Drill Peck me? Roost? U-turn? Yeah, they Drill Peck me. That doesn't really matter. They're trying to weaken me for that Victory Bell sweep. I can't really damage him outside of that though, huh? I'm a Sucker Punch here. I didn't really want to reveal it, but I think what he's trying to do is sack this to get in Victory Bell to win. I really think that's what his game plan is. Either way, Sucker Punching is fine. They do switch out though. Are they gonna sack Sandslash or go hard Victory Bell? They do sack Sandslash. Okay, this is fine. I don't lose a turn out of this because Sandslash cannot wake up this turn ever. It went for Ice Shard before I went for Sleep Powder, which means it hasn't burnt that guaranteed turn of sleep at all. So beautiful. I go for Earthquake here. He can't wake up, period. Earthquake's gonna be able to knock out Sandslash. Alolan Sandslash was a giant threat to my team, much like how my Alolan Sandslash is a giant threat to my opponent's team. And we just gotta make it so I don't lose to that Victory Bell in the end. I'm pretty sure Sucker Punch destroys my own Victory Bell too. I mean, excuse me, destroys my my Dugtrio at that range I'm at. Yeah, I'm fairly confident I'll die to Sucker Punch. Or at least I'll be real. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will not. because it's not boosted and it's not stab. Also, they made it 70 base power instead of 80, which is really good for us. Clef comes out. Okay, Clefable. Oh, I'm actually outside of range of it, huh? I'm gonna go Sand Slash here. That's not my play. Not hard into Sand Slash anyway. He'll Ice Beam, right? I'm gonna Earthquake. I'm gonna Earthquake for damage. First off, Clef might not KO me. Secondly, I can at least Sucker Punch the Victory Bell after, and yeah, and I can win the game with Ice Shard from there. So Shadow Ball, I don't know if this KOs me. Well, they wanted something to hit potentially Gengar and Alakazam. I guess after you Thunder Wave, it makes sense. So we'll Earthquake here one more time. Clefable will be 2-hit KO'd. I want to win the game with Hyper Beam from Mega Pidgeot, though. That's the way I want to win. Let's see. Only 2 minutes left, man. You gotta hurry up, my friend. You gotta hurry up. They really should have made it at least 30-minute timer, but they do end up sacking Clef. Now, I am guaranteed in range of that Sucker Punch from the Victory Bell. I believe my my Pidgeot is also in range, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Actually, maybe not, yeah. I may not be in range. So I believe I go here, and all I do is, yeah, I don't think I'm in range after Rocks. It would be close, but I don't think I am. So I'm gonna Sucker Punch myself. I'm gonna Sucker Punch him, because he should Sucker Punch me. Yep. To KO me. That's fine, he does go for Sucker Punch there. And we'll just go for Earthquake here, just in case he opts the SD up. I can't really do much to Zapdos. He cancels. No! I would have been able to Hyper Beam that Zapdos. Maybe I shouldn't have Sucker Punch there. I should have let him KO me. Because basically, Mega Pidgeot lives Sucker Punch from Victory Bell. And I knock it out with Air Slash, right? He goes into the 50% Zapdos. I click Hyper Beam and I knocked it out there. Man. That was a good game, though. That was a really good game. Yeah, that was a good game. I didn't really get to Hyper Beam there, though, but I did get to just play a really nice game, and I enjoyed that. I really much enjoyed that. I think we'll end it there, though. A pretty solid game in itself. So, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Of course, if you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I fortunately did not get to Hyper Beam with Mega Pidgeot, but that was the game. I shouldn't have outplayed them there at the last turn. I should have let them KO me and went for Earthquake. But basically, the insurance of that point was to guarantee put it in range of Ice Shard from Sand Slash, just in case things went crazy. But I should have just let him KO me. I get in my Pidgeot. I click Air Slash. He Sucker Punches. I live on maybe like 4%. And then I Hyper Beam that Zapdos and it goes down. But it was still a fun one. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.